We have been talking about a defensive pass rush for as long, or maybe I've been talking about a pass rush, but you know what?
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Receipts. I got them. A lot of y'all was talking, you was saying Jameson Williams was going to be a bust, and you don't listen, because I've never said Jameson Williams was a bust. I said he was trending a bust, which was reality. Okay, but just like you can turn the knob on your thermostat and go from cold to hot, Jameson Williams, and I've always said he was the one that could change the narrative. I don't make the narrative, I just talk about it. All right, and that's the same thing I'm doing here. The defensive pass rush has been a problem. It's been a problem. And we have tried to address it, I guess, with Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Pascal, Levi Onwuzurike. We got Broderick I Don't Ever Play Martin, and Isaiah Buggs, who chewing on some gum on the sidelines. Apparently there's a little tiff between him and the defensive coordinator, unconfirmed, by the way. So we got some pieces, right? We got Quinton Bohanna, and that's his. And we went and got the Land Before Time 2. That was after the Land Before Time, Bruce Irvin. Land Before Time 2 is Tyson Alualu. Do what it do. So listen, I have a prediction, okay? And Brad Holmes, I was wondering, what kind of general manager is he going to be when the opportunity presents itself? Is he going to be the general manager that his hands was tied behind his back, he was strapped, he couldn't make a move, and he was unable to make a power move, or he is not going to make a power move? And I'm going to make videos about power moves, because that's just how the internet works, and that's the reality of the algorithm. And if I think that it could apply to this team, I'm going to talk about it. But more and more, I'm starting to see maybe Brad Holmes truly is this type of guy. He's not going to bring in a needle mover. That's not what he's going to do. He might draft a needle mover, maybe, but he's not going to bring one in free agency, or at least it doesn't appear that he's going to bring in a needle mover in free agency. Where am I going with this video? I made the Josh Allen video yesterday, and I'm looking at the list of available defensive ends. And at the very bottom of that list, there was a name. Okay? And I'm like, that name looks familiar, sounds familiar. I've heard it before. Can't remember exactly where, but I've heard it before, right? So I watch every Monday to Tuesday when the NFL, the football week is over. I sit down and I put on the YouTube playlist of NFL week such and such highlights. And in that playlist, I just put it on shuffle. I usually like to start with the Lions if they win, but if they lose, I will skip that whole video. It's too painful for me, right? So I get to the Miami Dolphins highlights. And there's a guy that jumps out immediately. Let me tell you who he is. That guy is none other than Miami Dolphins linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel. Andrew Van Ginkel, not Geekle. Ginkel is the guy that jumped out. Drafted in the 5th round by Miami. He will be a free agent next season. 28 years old. 6'4", 242. Came out of Wisconsin. 2019 5th round pick, 151. This year, 4 sacks, 1 interception, which he took to the crib last Sunday. In his career, all 5 seasons with the Miami Dolphins, as you can see, not a first round pick, but obviously got some type of contract extension or a new contract. All but his rookie year, has played in every game of the season, and he has never gone a season without at least half a sack, which was last year. Coming off of his rookie year, 6 games. I guess that's not bad for a linebacker. 5.5, 4, 4.5, 4. And I'm watching him. And I was like, That's what Brad Holmes is going to do. That is him being aggressive. He's going to sign Andrew Van Ginkel in free agency. That's what he's going to do. It just fits perfectly. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but this is like real talk, unbiased. I genuinely believe this. There's a lot of similarities between the way that he plays and the way that another Detroit Lion plays. Alex Anzalone. He plays, looks like him, plays like him. And as I'm sitting watching the highlights, I said, watch Brad Holmes go sign our free agency. Us addressing the pass rush via free agency will be Andrew Van Ginkel. Has 15 sacks in his career. And he still got 5 games to go this season. He still got 5. He can get two more sacks. He can match his career high of 5.5. But this is what our general manager does. And yes, I'm going to continue to make videos because that's called the YouTube game. But here's why though. Here's why Brad Holmes, I can see Brad Holmes making a move like this. Okay. Contract details. Says Andrew Van Ginkel signed a 1-year, $2.46 million deal with the Miami Dolphins, and that was this year, including a $750,000 signing bonus and $2.6 million guaranteed, an average annual salary of $2.6 million. In 2023, Van Ginkel will earn a base salary of $1.5 million, a signing bonus of $750,000, and a workout bonus of $50,000, while carrying a cap hit of $2.6 million and a dead cap value of $2.3 million. And this coming off season, he will be a free agent. He will sign Andrew Van Ginkel in free agency. That is going to be Brad Holmes' aggressive free agency move. That's what I think. I just do not know. And I know that's a quality, a really good quality. You don't know what direction Brad Holmes is going in. You have no idea what he's going to do. You kind of know. I knew we were going to take Aiden Hutchinson and we weren't going to take Kayvon Thibodeau. He didn't fit. Is he the better player? I don't think so, but that you can debate that in the comments. A lot of y'all wanted Jalen Carter. Why? Because we needed Jalen Carter. And before he got in all that trouble, he was projected to go number 1. Like a legit projection to go number 1. And a lot of you didn't care anything about that, but you wanted him anyway. I myself never said he was going to draft him, knew that he wasn't going to draft him. And when Carter was sitting there at 6, after Devon Witherspoon went to Seattle at 5, I knew we weren't going to draft him. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just following the pattern of Brad Holmes. 6 comes around, we trade back. In no way did we want Jalen Carter. Andrew Van Ginkel is a guy that fits exactly what Brad Holmes is trying to do. High motor, football player, and cheap. And that, so everybody that wants to build through the draft, it's okay, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Brad Holmes isn't going to sign somebody in free agency. It'll mess up the chemistry of the team. He's not going to say, forget them picks. He's not going to do that. I trust him not to cripple this team, but I also trust him to get a game changer as well. But you know what? I can't say that I see that coming. I see the Detroit Lions' aggressive free agency defensive end move is to bring Andrew Van Ginkel. His name is fun to say too, by the way. Andrew Van Ginkel as your newest Detroit Lions pass rusher in 2024 free agency. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think Brad Holmes is going to do? How would you feel about Van Ginkel being on the team? But I see our team doing just that. We're going to continue to build through the draft. We're going to take care of our players first. We're going to extend St. Brown. We're going to extend Jared Goff. And we are going to go out in free agency and sign Andrew Van Ginkel to address the pass rush. That'd be crazy if I'm right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.